Good day guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to design this login form and also how to authenticate it so that you can submit the data into the database. And the most important part of this project is that I'm going to show you how you can create multiple login form or multiple login authentication with just one login form. That is, with this single login form, you can log into the admin dashboard and you can log into the user dashboard. Without any further ado, let's get started. And before we start, if you are just a new user on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive notification on each video I drop. Thank you for doing so. And I'm going to show you just the basic structure of my files. Then I'm going to show you the database. I created the database login form tutorial, as you can see on top here. As you can see, login form tutorial. So, and these are my files. I have my index, which is the login form, then the sign up, which is the sign up form here. So these files, the link to it will be provided in the description below. So this, inside my asset, I have my CSS and I just have only the style.css. So I have that, and I have my JavaScript. Inside my JavaScript, I have my script tag, I have my query, I have my query with just documents something. Then I have my JQuery 3.5.1. This file, you can actually download this JQuery online. So, and any JQuery can be accepted, can be used for this project. So before wasting our time, without wasting our time, I'm going to start by showing you what and how to go about the sign up form. This sign up form, I have just my button, I have my username, I have my email, I have my user type, that is staff and student. Then I have my password and I have my confirm password, as you can see there. So then I have my sign up button, and the type of the button should be button, not submit. So, and let's just get started. This file has already been linked with my sign up form. So this query, I'm going to have my function, sign up function. Then inside the sign up, what did I want to do? I want to collect data from the form once the button sign up is clicked. So definitely I need to just go to the sign up form and check the name of the ID of the form. That is sign up. So I'm going to my documents into on click. I have the on click. Then I had my ID, which is the button ID. Then I have my function. Then once I click on this button, I want to check if actually this button is working. So I'm going to put working for now. I'm going to add, this is my function here at the top here, so that it's going to recognize this function and it's going to run it for me. So once I refresh my page and I just click, and as you can see, is working. And if I refresh again and I click on it, it's still working. So, and as you can see now, my button is already working. So that shows that it's functioning. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the data from this input, the user, the email, the user type, then the password and the confirm password. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a variable called username, then is equal to username dot value. So which means I'm collecting data like that. I'm collecting the value. So the next thing is going to be the email. The next thing is going to be the user type. The next one is going to be my password. Why the last one is going to be, let me make this con password, and this one is going to be confirm password. So I'm going to check if actually these data are collected from the form. So I'm going to console log my username, my email, my user type, then my password. So let me just see if actually I'm getting this at the other end. So let me open my console log. So I'm adding coding, then coding at email.com. My user type is staff. My password is 123456. So then once I click on this, user type is not defined. User type is not defined. So let me do that again. I'm having coding, then coding at email.com. I'm having staff, then 123456. So I'm logging it now. As you can see, I have my input data from here, coding at email.com, then the staff, then 123. As you can see here, this actually shows that our form and our functions are actually working. So the next thing I'm going to do is all these things now I want it to be submitted to the database. So what am I going to do? Then I'm going to have my JQuery, that is my Ajax. So inside this, I'm going to have my URL. My URL will be signup dot php. Signup.php. I'm going to have my method. My method is going to be a post method. Then I'm going to have my data. Now this data is going to be all this. That is username to be username, email to be that, user type, password, then com password. So now after this part, I'm going to have my success comeback function, which is going to return a variable data for me, and inside this I'm going to print out any feedback for my form here. Now what will happen next is I have inside this function now I'm going to have my connection to the database here. So I'm going to have my PHP, and inside here I'm going to have my variable host name. My host name is going to be localhost, as you can see here in my database. So as you can see, so the host name for this is just localhost. Then I'm going to have my user. My user is equal to root. My password is empty because I have no password for the database. Then my database name will be equals to login form tutorial. As you can see at the top here, login form tutorial. You can see it here to login form tutorial. So login form tutorial. After this, I'm going to make a connection to my database. I'm going to make a connection, that is my SQLi connect. What did I want to connect? I'm going to connect to my host name, comma, with my username, that is the user, with my password, then with my database name. So, and I've already made a connection to my database like this. And for me to check if actually this thing is connected, I'm going to have my if statement. If not connect, then what should happen? Oops, there is a mistake here. If not connect, then the system should just return could not connect to the database. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to check the path to this. So I'm having form function / config. Okay, I'm getting could not connect to the database. Why am I getting that? If not connect, I made a mistake there. So that is, as you can see now, it shows that it's connect. So I made a mistake of that. So now, since our connection has been linked to our database, then I can now proceed. So I'm going to close this form. I'm back here. I don't need this for a while for now. Then I'm going to just open my function.php. Then inside here, I'm going to have my PHP tag, and I'm going to have the require. That is, I'm going to link my config.php to this file. Then I'm going to have my error reporting to be 0. So after this, then I can now move forward. I use one convention, that is, I make use of the same function in my JavaScript, in my jQuery file actually, with the same in my function file. So sign up function, actually, I'm going to make use of sign up function. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to have my global connection, that is the variable that we created inside here, the connection, as you can see. So I'm going to have it there. Now I'm going to have my variable as well here. I'm going to have my username. I'm going to have my username to be equals to I'm going to have it to be my posts to be username. Then I'm going to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to have this email. I'm going to have my user type, and I'm going to have password, and I'm going to have con password here. Then I'm going to have my confirm password here. So this is actually, I'm getting this data actually from here. So inside this function now, I'm getting everything now. So the first thing I'm going to check is if I'm going to make sure that all these fields are filled. So I'm going to make sure that everything is filled. So if username is equal to empty and email is equal to empty and user type is equal to empty and password is equal to empty. Sorry. Instead of and, I need to make use of or. That is, if any of these is empty, then I'm going to have my con password is equal to empty. Then what will happen? Now I'm going to have my message to be equals to where did I want to get that? I'm going to have all fields are required. Then I'm going to have my echo message Yes, echo message. So let's say from here now, so inside my sign up form at the top where I want to display my error form, in here I'm going to have an ID of error message. Yes. So inside my callback function here, I'm going to have this error message, dot html to be equals to the data passed. So, and before I do anything, I'm going to create this file directly inside here. So I'm going to have a new file. So I'm going to have function.php, signup.php, and inside here I'm going to have my PHP. So I'm going to require function / function.php. That is where this file is inside function and function.php. Then what did I want to get from there? I want to get this sign up. So I want to get sign up. So I'm going to have my sign up function there. So I'm going to save this and close. So I'm going to test my form now. Let me just refresh. Let me close this console log, and let me just, as you can see, all fields are required. So actually you can just, depends on your choice, you can just make a design, like just make it look nice than this. Actually I can just, so you can let me get something done. Let me go to Bootstrap and just get alert message. So guess Bootstrap. The Bootstrap file I'm using is 4.6. So I need to go back to 4.6. Then I'm going to search for alert. So as you can see, we have different and tons of it here. So, but the one I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to paste it exactly in here. But one other thing you need to do is, since all these are string, then you need to just escape all these. That is by adding a backward slash to it. So I'm going to do that quickly. Yes, all is done now. But this same error that we have in here, this is where our message will be. So I'm just going to add all fields are required. And as you can see, it's just alert warning. I want it to be danger. Danger. So, and I need to clear this strong text that is there. I actually love it to be just on a single line, So but I'm going to leave it this way. So I'm going to save it again, then go back to my form, refresh. Then once I click on it, as you can see now, all fields are required. So I can remove that, click it again, remove it. As you can see it's nice and responsive now. So let's continue with our work then. So if none of these is empty, if everything is, then I'm going to have my S. So S, what will happen? Then I'm going to submit this into the database. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to have my SQL to be insert into which database? Into user. Insert into user. Insert into user. Let me just have the SQL functions of insert here. So let me just say the insert. You can just make a copy of this, as you can see here, but there is going to be some things we need to change. So you can make a copy from here, or you can just follow as I'm doing it. So I'm going to have user into brackets, then I'm going to have, I always love it to be on the next line actually. So I'm going to have my values to be inside here, then I'm going to end the something. So what are the things I need to submit? I need to get the username from the database. I need to get the email. Then I need to get the user type. Then I need to get the password. But I believe one thing is actually missing here. One thing, I think we have date as well. Yes, there is date. So I'm going to have date. One thing is actually missing actually. So before this, I'm going to remove this. We need to check something. We need to check if the confirmed password and the password is correct. If password is equal to con password, if it is equal to, then it should do this. S. It should give us this message. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. What will it give? What the error? Password does not match. So, and I have my value. So these my values now. I'm going to have them inside here. This for the username. I'm going to have my username. Then I'm going to have my email. Then I'm going to have my user type. Then I'm going to have my password. Then the date, I'm just going to have now to be the function. So let me just save. Let me save this and go back to my form again. Let me refresh. Let me have my username to be coding. Then coding at email.com. Then the staff. My password 12345678. The confirmed password 123456. And let's see if we get the message. We are still getting all fields are required. Oops. Okay, I've changed it. If this is equal to empty, or this is equal to empty, or this is equal to empty. If it is empty, it should get this. But if it is not empty, you should proceed with this. Now, if password is equal to password, confirm password, you should this, then S. Okay, before this, let me just clear this, and let me just have my message to be equals to all fields are filled. So then I'm going to echo my message. So let me save this again. Let me refresh. All fields are required. I'm going to have coding at email.com. I have it to be staff 123. So all fields are required. What am I missing? Okay, what I'm missing out is I made a mistake of this. It shouldn't be confirm password, it should be con password. As you can see here, this is what I passed, so that is where the error is coming from. So it should be con password as well. So I'm saving that, then refresh. So if all fields are empty now, so I'm going to have coding, then coding at email.com. I'm having staff 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3. So password does not match. So what if it is match 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8? I'm not going to get anything as feedback because I haven't had anything yet. So since I'm now submitting this into my database now, I'm going to have my query. My query is equal to like my SQLi query into my database connection. Then what is it going to send? It's going to send my SQL data, that is everything in here. Now if query, that is if the query is successfully executed, then I should get a message back. And what message will I get? Instead of danger, now I'm going to have it to be success. And I'm going to have user created successfully. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to refresh my page. I'm going to check the errors once more. So the first thing is coding. I have coding at email.com. I'm going to have it to be staff 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3. Password does not match 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then I'm going to submit. Oops, what is wrong? So it actually shows that this thing is not submitting to the database. So if it is not submitting, then I should pass S function actually. So that S, I'm going to pass this danger something. Then I'm going to have error occurred. So for you to know that this thing is not submitted yet. So as you can see, error occurred. So then we should now check where the error is coming from. So like I said the other time, you can just make use of this. So let's check. We have our username. We have our email. Oh, so the user type is underscore. Yeah. So let's retry it now. You can say user created successfully. So if you check it here now, you can see what we submitted, and you can see our password. So as you can see, this is submitted into database. So, and once you've submitted everything, you will need to clear this form if it is successful. But there are some things I need to add just for the case of penetration and hacking. As you can see now, this is the real password I submitted, the value I submitted. And for you to hide your password from hackers, let's say, or from anybody that is just maybe you are in a midst of people and you open this your database, anybody can just look at this thing and just get your username and your password straightforward. But I'm going to add something now, which is going to be the hash password. That is, I'm going to hash this password. Hash password will be equals to password hash. Then I'm going to pass in my password. Then password bcrypt, as you can see there. So instead of now submitting password into the database here, I'm going to submit hash password. So I'm going to save my work. I'm going to delete this. Then I'm going to create a new account again. Let me just create. As you can see, it's created now. Now if you can see here now, this password now is something you cannot even read. It's combined with letters, with special characters and all that. So that is how to just hash your password. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, as you can see, once I submit this, I want all these things to be empty and I should be redirected to this login form. And now am I going to achieve that? The first thing I'm going to do here is since we just have it to be message, I'm going to add something to it now. So I'm going to add echo. Instead of echo message, I'm going to add echo JSON encode. Then I'm going to have the status. Yeah, the status. Yeah. Now, instead of having this to be success, I have it to be error. So I'm going to make a copy of this. This one is success. I'm going to paste. Then I'm going to change this to success. Yeah. And this is an error too. So it's an error. This one too is an error. Now we need to do something here before you can make use of something like that. So here I'm going to add my data. I'm going to pass my data to be equals to document pass JSON to be data. So my notes is not supposed to be outside here. Sorry, it's supposed to be after here. Yes. Now instead of just having my message that way, I'm going to have an if statement. If data.status is equal to error, and mind you, it's going to be in quotes. Then this thing should be here. S. So S, if the status is equal to error, that is from here, if it's any of these three, then it should just console log the error. But if S, that is if it is not error, then what is going to happen? The first thing is going to console log the same thing, That is, it's going to display user account created successfully. Then it's going to do something. I'm going to set an interval, then have a function inside it. Then what is going to happen? Window location will be equals to this. After how many seconds? Let's say just 3 seconds. So I'm going to save this. So I'm going to cancel this and I'm going to delete this as well. So I'm going to refresh my page. Let's check Outro again. Oh, what is happening? I missed something out. Since I'm actually passing it as an HTML. So I need to just add the .html at the back. .html. So, but this S part, it means when it is successful, right? So, but I want to set an interval. That is, I want it to redirect function. So I want it to be window dot location is equal to, then here I want it to be after just 30 seconds. Oh no, sorry, it should be comma. So I'm saving now. Let me refresh and see if yes, office is required. I'm trying to check if everything is intact again. So let me just delete this. I'm deleting that. So I'm having coding, then coding at email.com. I'm having it to be staff 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I'm submitting now. User created successfully. As you can see now, I'm redirected to the login page. Now this is going to be just the end of this part, and the next part is going to be linked, and actually it's going to be 2 parts actually, just not to make this video too long. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, kindly give a thumbs up and just subscribe to my channel. Thank you.